What's up, friends? I'm wearing the same shirt as yesterday. Just ignore that. My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. I meant to go change my shirt, but I forgot. Tonight is, what's it, Monday? Monday night giveaways. 4 giveaways. 3 for patrons, 1 for anybody. If you want to get in on the 3 Patreon giveaways, head on over to www.CiottiFPV.com. Why did I just say www? And join my Patreon. It'll cost you $3 whole a month to join. To get in on the giveaways, it's going to be either $5 a month, $10 a month, or $20 a month. Or if you want to get into all 3 giveaways, it's $30 a month. So head on over there. There's a bunch of other buttons that you can click. Here's what they look like. Patreon helps me out the most if you want me to keep going, keep bringing you guys, 10 to 14 hours of live streams a week. Jumping on the Patreon for as little as $3 a month, which is 10 cents per day, will help me out a ton. YouTube and Instagram, Etsy with some really cool stickers and hardware, Fiverr with a bunch of stuff going on, t-shirts over on Teespring, and FPV Exchange is a beautiful website that you need to be on. If you find yourself doing orders on any one of these websites, if you hit my affiliate link before you check out, I'll get 1 to 6% of the total. Or if you change your bookmarks to these websites, to my affiliate links, you won't even have to remember. FPV Cycle, Amazon, it doesn't matter what you're ordering. You could be ordering a 20-gallon tub of lube on Amazon. Let me get 1% of that lube money. Get FPV. Oh, the shit that comes out of my mouth on these fucking live streams. Get FPV, Oh My God's website, FPV Crate, Banggood, Camera Butter, and AliExpress. And then there's a bunch of random stuff at the bottom here. If you want to PayPal me money directly so that YouTube doesn't take 30% of your super chat, you can do that here. Over on Facebook, I've got a beautiful little group of beautiful people that suffer from mental illness called FPV Therapy. Come on over and say hi. Link to the Discord. You get full access to the... Oh, God, I threw up. You get full access to the Discord when you join the Patreon, but this will at least just get you on there. You can get a couple of the things. And then some BattleBots info down at the bottom, which has begun again. Against my better judgment, I mentioned it on on Joshua's chat a minute ago, and sure enough, the super chat started going into Joshua. Mentioning CiottiFPV's imaginary BattleBots info. If you need a laugh, just click this button. If you ever need a laugh, just click this button and you'll pee your pants. And as we all know, you're not cool unless you pee your pants. This is what the Etsy store looks like. Some fantastic stickers and some random hardware. This is what my Fiverr shop looks like. I'm doing FPV flight instruction. If you like the way that I fly and you want to fly like me, I can certainly help you out. Or if you just want to fly better, I've been doing this for 5 years. I've gotten pretty good. I have a background in motorsport instruction, autocross track days, helping people go faster, more consistently, and I've sort of just spun that right up into FPV. So I can help you out there for sure. I'm also doing tuning services. If you like the way that my tune flies and crashes, more importantly, I can help you out with that. And then build planning. If you want to stop buying $80 ESCs that catch on fire, give me $80, and for an hour, I'll give you all the secrets. I've wasted thousands and thousands of dollars to figure out all the garbage. Don't be like me, kids! Give me a couple bucks, and I'll give you all the super secrets and save you hundreds of dollars and hours and hours and hours of your time. I'm also teamed up with Remy Tim, who's doing FPV mentoring for all those technical questions. If you've got a friend that's trying to get up in the air, Daniel can help. And Finn FPV is editing flight footage. He'll make you look like a better pilot than you are. He's already done a couple for me. This is what the Teespring store looks like. This is a really cool new design here that CMYK FPV did. Got it on a t-shirt, a poster, a tote bag, which is super nice to have when your flight bag is all filled up with shit. You can have your super cool kill-all carbon tote bag to throw the rest of your stuff in. And then a phone case, because I need a phone case. A bunch of old school designs here. Clam Man telling you to never give up. The Collective. Some more Collective. A little nut grabber over here. The NASA ripoff logo. If there's like a t-shirt or a sweatshirt that the logo's not on that you want it to be on, just let me know and I'll make it for you. It takes 2 seconds. This is what FPV Exchange looks like. If you're not using it, you're just missing out. Jump on over, sign up, start selling your stuff, and start seeing where the things are actually in stock and what they cost. It's a great website made by a guy that's supported this industry. Great. Supported the FPV community is what I meant to say, and myself in a big way. So yeah, get on over at FPV Exchange. If I find out that you haven't, I will hunt you down and cut you. So tonight we're going to be doing all kinds of fun shit. We've got Mailbag. Maybe we'll do some work on the Ripsqueaks. We've got a whole bunch of giveaways. And I guess that's it. So first, we're going to jump into... That little thing is stolen from Mighty Car Mods. If you're at all into cars or just good YouTube shows, you should go give them a subscribe. Marty and Moog are awesome, super fun to watch. One of my favorite channels on YouTube. They've been doing it for like 10 plus years. Mighty Car Mods. If a moderator can drop a link in the chat, that would be amazing. I'm trying to shorten the shill up. Look at me, 11 minutes in, and I'm already through it. Awesome. Daniel Richmond sent me some cool stuff. Thank you, Daniel. Look at all this fun 3D printed stuff. A whole bunch of XT60 battery caps, which are really nice. If you ever fly, put these on all your batteries. It's just one less thing to worry about. I'm going to start throwing these into a bunch of the giveaways. But then look at this. He printed a whole bunch of... I'm going to kick over to this camera. He printed a whole bunch of very cool little... the new logo, the old logo, all kinds of fun stuff. So these are going to be going into the giveaways as well. I'm, of course, going to keep one or two. But then the rest are going to make their way into the giveaways. Very, very cool of you, Dan. Thank you so much. Super awesome. Hopefully, and then those of you that win, you'll be able to, do many things. Wow. I really ran out of steam with that sentence, huh? But that's okay. Dan Richmond coming through. Very cool. The green TPU is way brighter than I thought. It really stands out. Very cool. I don't think I've ever seen... I only ever get TPU in red and purple. I don't think I've ever seen the green, which is pretty awesome. This is the world's most boring unboxing. But, it came in the mail. So, I'm going to show you my mailbag. No. This is... a hard drive. It's 4 terabytes. It's Western Digital. It was only like $80. And, 6 gigabytes per second. Okay. I thought it was a 6 terabyte. That's it. What else can I say about a hard drive? That's the end of Mailbag. I mainly just wanted to give Dan a shout out. Very, very cool of him. All of the winners tonight will get a couple of these little XT60 caps. So, yeah. Thanks again, Dan. Very cool of you. In the chat, if you'd like to talk directly to me, all you need to do is turn the volume up on your computer, but then you need to type my name, CiottiFPV. You don't have to put the @ in front of it, but you can if you'd like. If you type CiottiFPV into the chat, it'll light up an orange, and I'll know that you're trying to talk to me. If you don't, I probably won't see your comment, because I'll assume that you guys are all talking to each other. In the chat, HaxedFPV was first, Frank Nicholas was next, Bob Noxious, Chopper FPV, Jackalope, Third Eye View, Yarbs FPV, Aaron FPV, Athix, Rad Brad, Athix again, Richard, Dog Tanian FPV, a bunch of new people. Welcome, folks. Greetings. Frank Nicholas again, Dan Richmond, Dingles, Carbon Cage is in the house, standing upside down, big and little cage. Can you believe it? They're not floating off into outer space, but they're still standing completely upside down. It's nuts. They live in Australia. That's a dad joke. Chomper FPV, Dragon Wing FPV, Scott FPV, Paul McDonald, Ram Jam, Bob Noxious, Metal Dirtskin, Dragon Wing again, Team Plague Birds. Now that's a name. That is a YouTube name right there. Crash Bandicoot, Bandocoot, Rad Brad again, June Loco, Dan Richmond, Jogermeister, Brandon's Baked Beans, Remy Tim, Justin Rice, and I'm going to call it there. If you want the gangly man to read your name, you got to come in early, you got to say something to me. The people that have tagged me so far are HaxedFPV. He says, I won't be here at 3 a.m. UK time, but I will watch the replay. I hope you're watching the replay, Haxed. And I wish I had something clever to say right now, but I don't. Next person that tagged me was Jackalope FB. He said, "Sup, buddy?" Dragon Wing said, "What's up, man? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing good and all is well." I am doing very good, Dragon Wing, and all is most certainly fucking well. June Loco says, "Let's go CiottiFPV. What's up, collective?" Frank Nicholas dropping the link to CiottiFPV.com. Remy Tim dropping the Linktree link to CiottiFPV.com. Hella G's F. Thank you, boys. Hella G's FPV says, thanks for the reminder. Says, thanks for the reminder, down to my last gallon of lube. With a name like Hella G's. Yarbs FPV says, you get full access to Oh God, I Threw Up, 8/30/2021. B-Man FPV says, the fuck is up, brothers? Frank Nicholas dropping the link to CiottiFPV.com again. Thank you, Frank. Scrolling. Redtail FPV says, should I get a Mobula 6 or a Mobula 6 Lite? I don't really know much about the Mobula 6 Lite other than that the way that the camera mounts just scares me. I'm gonna talk, but I need to click. I need to keep Real Steady Go ripping on the laptop here. So I apologize for being rude and not looking at you guys, but I just need to look over here just momentarily. Yeah, the Mobula 6 Lite, it just seems awful fragile. I would go with the regular Mobula 6 with the 25,000 kV motors. You can really freestyle the shit out of that rig. My 65mm Tiny Whoop build is on those same motors, and that's really what makes that rig such a just flamethrower. So yeah, I think I would recommend the regular Mobula 6. Definitely get the 25,000 kV motors. If it's too much power, you can just motor limit it down in Betaflight, and then as you get better as a pilot, you'll be able to turn it back up. Those 25,000 kV motors on like 20-ish, 21, 22-ish gram Cinewhoop are bananas. Like, you can do stuff inside the house that's just ridiculous, like upside down stalls and like wall taps, ceiling taps, wall rides, power loops. It's really amazing. And when you start doing that stuff, you're going to start crashing really hard, which is what scares me about the Mobula 6 Lite. So I would say regular one. B-Man, a great question, Redtail FPV. B-Man FPV says, why the logo change? Just tired of it, needed revamping. Yeah, it just needed revamp. The old logo has memories of the last bunch of years, and a lot of transformations happening this year, if you catch my drift. So yeah, it wasn't like on purpose. Like, it was on the Marvel show. Why do I always forget the name of the goddamn show? The Marvel show with I don't know. The Marvel show that was on earlier this year with the girl and the guy. Whatever. You guys all know what I'm talking about. If you don't, it doesn't matter. The place that the guy worked, the logo on the front of the building, which said like CompuMaster or something, I really dug the font. And there was a C in the font. So I talked to CMYK FPV. I sent him examples of it. And he whipped the logo up, and it just looked really cool. And then he put the oval around it, which gave it this like super cool Nintendo vibe. And I grew up on Nintendo. Original NES, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64 were a big part of my childhood. So it just kind of clicked, and yeah, it's very readable. It's nice and small. It fits on goggles really nice. Here, look, I've got the one of the holographic ones on my goggles, and it just fits like really, really nice. So yeah, it was just, I just kind of fell into it, and I'm sort of just going with it. It's a nice part of the next season of my life, as my talk therapist calls it. And yeah, so I'm just sort of going with it. Athix FPV says, green TPU sucks when you crash in grass. It's one of the reasons that I didn't choose green as a color for any of my rigs. I chose red and purple in hopes that they would stand out. The red definitely stands out. The purple is kind of dark, but, purple's cool. Kevin Summer says, what up? South Illinois Ariel, Crop Dustin Gabriel tagged me and said, what's up? Zim FPV says, what's up? Chris Croft says, Australia is on the top, you are on the bottom. Incorrect, Chris Croft. Your opinion there is incorrect. Scrolling down. YouTube just did the thing. WandaVision, that's it. Thank you, Remy Tim. Looks like the moderators are hard at work. Thank you, guys. Scrolling back up to find my place. B-Man FPV says, so, CiottiFPV, I'm wondering, what does the new think of FPV? She seems to dig it. Everybody digs it. Come on now. Yeah, everybody digs it. How can you not? How can you not? Might be watching right now. Sorry, guys. Rad Brad says R9M or Crossfire. Crossfire for sure. The R9M is a nightmare. Don't do it. Spend a couple extra dollars on Crossfire. Brandon's Baked Bean says, I've broken 2 or 3 Nano 3 cameras on that low down mount, but I don't use the TPU one. I just glue mine to the frame. I think what Brandon is talking about is the Mobula 6 Lite. Does not surprise me that you're breaking cameras on that low mount. There's just no protection there whatsoever. So yeah, it sounds like confirmed Mob 6 Lite, very fragile. And Tiny Whoops, for me at least, one of the really fun things about Tiny Whoops is just bashing the living shit out of them, like on your couch. It's really, really fun. And when they blow up, it's kind of like, ugh, because they suck to work on. Because all of a sudden, when you're working on a Tiny Whoop, your fucking fingers are like actual big fat sausages, and you just, I can't plug the motors in. I can't do it. I can't. And I've got skinny little fingers, so for you ham-fisted bastards, I can't even imagine. Aaron FPV says, by the way, I just chopped my receiver antenna on the Mobulate 7. They use IPEX 3 connectors. Good to know. Anybody who has a Mobulate 7 that chops their antenna, now you know. IPEX 3. Good call, Aaron FPV. Sucks that you chopped it, but that's life. Antennas get chopped all too often. B-Man FPV says, so say no more about the logo. I gotcha. Scrolling. There's everybody calling out WandaVision. I don't understand why I can't ever remember it. Scroll. Thanks again to the mods for dealing with the Chinese characters. Let me real quick ban that person from the channel. Hide user on this channel. There we go. Cool. Duck my squee. I demand to know the story behind that name. Tag me again and tell me the story behind that name, please. Duck My Squeeze says, CiottiFPV, FPV therapy is a great idea. As a neurodivergent dude, it's hard to get social peer support, and FPV is a great way to cement that support in with one of my special interests. 2 thumbs up. Thank you, man. Thank you very much for saying that. It's a really great group. It's interesting. Like, I wish more people shared in that group, but I absolutely understand why more people don't share in that group. It's creepy. Creepy's a weird word, but I think you guys know what I mean. Especially those of you that have mental illness stuff. Mental illness is really good at convincing you to not share, and convincing you that you're all alone. It's one of the most powerful things about it, and it's one of the hardest things to convince yourself is bullshit. So yeah, it's really, really difficult, but there's a lot of really good content in there. I've tried to overshare my ass off in that group to get conversations starting and just to give you guys a window into the shit that a lot of us deal with. And so yeah, jump in there, scroll like crazy. You got to scroll down pretty far to get to a lot of my stuff, but it's in there. I just reposted today, actually, the interview that I did with Michael Rollins about mental illness, which I'd forgotten how much ground him and I covered, and so yeah, that'll maybe help some of you guys out. And yeah, if you have it in you, post in there. There's a whole bunch of I kind of moderate that group like a tyrant. Because the only way for that group to work and the only way for you guys to be comfortable enough to share your deepest, darkest shit in there is if there's absolutely no chance of somebody saying, oh, just cheer up. Your life's not that bad. So yeah, it's a safe space, 100%. I also have, if you're on my Patreon, over on Discord, I have an FPV therapy channel over there as well. Same kind of deal. Any bullshit, and you're just gone immediately. So yeah, it's a safe space. If you just come over and read, that's awesome. You did something today, right? One of the biggest things for me with mental illness is that you just have to do something right now. And then tomorrow at some point, you have to do something right then. You just have to do something. It doesn't matter how big or small it is. You just have to do something, and you have to do it every single time that you think about it. And if that means that you finally go over to that group and read for 10 minutes, that's a big deal. And you're going to feel better afterwards. You're going to feel more accepted. You're going to feel more understood. And that is a big fucking deal. I know it doesn't seem like much, but it is everything. So go do it. Because there's a whole shitload of us that are in it with you. And we got to stick together. It's the only way. You got this, Duck My Squee. You can do it, man. And we're all here for you. 661FPV says, what's up? Hope you're doing good. Bob Noxious says, I finally flew after a week of fever and put it straight into the power lines. Straight into the power lines and into a mud puddle. I'm laughing because, like, my first 2 years of flying, I don't know what it was, but I hit power lines all the fucking time. All the time. Like, it felt like every time I went out and flew, I would smash into power lines. And it was so fucking frustrating. For some reason, I haven't hit power lines in a long time. I'm willing to bet I'm keeping Real Steady going again. I'm not being rude, I swear. Yeah, for some reason I haven't done it. Maybe I hit them enough times that, like, I'll see the power lines and I'll, like, have an idea of what the height is going to be and I can sneak under or over them. And then I'm also laughing because, like, crashing into a mud puddle is one of the most frustrating, just maddening things. Like, your rig is going to survive, you're going to dry it out overnight, but, like, everything is covered in mud. It's disgusting. It looks like shit is all over it. It's just all bad. It's just like... So Bob Noxious managed to like hit the power lines, which is just so goddamn frustrating, and then put it in the mud puddle, which is, again, just so fucking frustrating. So I feel your pain, Bob Noxious. It's part of the game. Eventually you'll stop hitting power lines, and you'll hopefully be able to look back and just laugh or cry about it, whichever. It just sucks, dude. Love to Rip FPV says, really enjoy your live sessions. Thanks so much for saying that, man. That's very cool of you. I enjoy hanging out with all you beautiful people. It's really like my fucking honor to be able to put these live streams on for 10-ish hours a week and hang out with you awesome people. And the fact that for the last year or so, a little over a year, you guys have been supporting me enough that I can do this full time is just wild. It's really a big deal. And I probably call it out too often. You guys are probably, especially the OGs, you're probably sick of hearing it, but I don't care. It means that much to me that I'm just going to keep making you listen to it, and you can leave if it's too much. But please don't, because I love you guys hanging out. But yeah, and recently, over the last couple of months, it's really kind of come on boil, and there's a lot of really crazy shit going on with me with FPV right now, specifically with cinematic flying gigs. And yeah, I'm a lucky dude. I'm a really, really lucky dude. Yes, I've put in a shitload of work, but I'm still very, very lucky to be in the position that I am now. And this year's been really rough, really, really tough. But you guys and FPV have been like this. Yeah, they've been like a solid thing that always reminds me that I'm gonna be all right. and that's exactly what I've needed this year. The OGs know exactly what I'm talking about. So, yeah, thanks for the kind words, brother. It means a lot. B-Man FPV says, bro, I've crashed that light to Kingdom Come and actually put a video out about it. Holds up better than you think. All right, so there we've got the opposite of 3 nano cameras blowing up on the Mobula 6 Lite. So it's not that fragile, as we can see by B-Man, but I mean, it's always going to be more fragile having the camera that exposed, right? So it's when people ask what should I buy, it's an impossible question to answer. You gotta look the reviews up. You gotta just kind of think about it. You gotta look at it and be like, what's gonna break, what's not gonna break, and you gotta look at your own flying and what you think the future holds for your flying, right? Like if you want to fly hard freestyle, you're gonna crash a ton. So you really need to prioritize durability. If you just want to go up in the sky and just kind of float around, then you can get away with something that's a lot more fragile and a lot lighter weight. So yeah, what should I buy is a question with no answer. The real question should be, what should I buy if I want to fly long range, or if I want to, learn power loops and Matty flips and stuff like that, So just when you find yourself asking those quick and dirty questions, just understand that nobody's going to be able to give you an answer. And the answers that you do get don't mean anything, and they're from people that don't realize this, right? Like, if you ask what quad should I buy, and somebody answers you, that person doesn't get it, right? All they're doing is telling you the last rig that they bought, right? Or whatever their favorite rig is. And that means nothing. That person's, the way that they fly, the locations that they fly is totally different than you, right? So it just means nothing. So understand that. A lot of the responses that you're going to get in Facebook groups are just completely worthless. You got to look for the responses from pilots who've been in the game for a long time, and pilots that are not just going to give you a blanket answer. They're going to say, like, I like this, but what kind of flying are you doing? Or you understand. Brandon's Baked Beans says, the sad funny thing is that all my Mob Lite 7 cameras are breaking in the exact same gap in my house that I always take when I'm practicing at home. I just don't learn. I think you do learn, Brandon, because the only way to learn is to fail. And you keep trying to hit that gap, and trying to hit that gap over and over again is the only way that you're going to actually get it. So you're actually doing the best thing you possibly can to learn, which is failing, right? Like, we don't learn anything when we succeed. You do something, you succeed, and you're happy, but you don't learn shit. You only learn when you fail and you fuck up. So you're doing the one thing that makes you learn the most, brother. And that's awesome. People that, breaking shit, there's a direct relationship in FPV with breaking shit and getting better as a pilot. And it sucks. that sucks, because as you break shit, you waste a bunch of time that you could spend flying, repairing, and you waste a bunch of money. So it feels bad, but to really get good and to really bust through the plateaus that are going to naturally happen as you learn to fly these damn things, you have to wreck. You just do, because that's the only way that you're really pushing yourself to the next level. If you're not wrecking, you're going to plateau really hard, and you're going to have to try to convince yourself that you're still getting better. But in my experience, you're not actually getting better, and you're not getting better as quickly. If you crash a lot, you get better a lot faster. If you're not crashing a lot, your growth is going to be like this. If you're crashing a lot, your growth is going to be like this, especially if you're super stubborn and you repair quickly and you buy extra parts and you do a lot of the things that I'm suggesting, like fleeting out, building the same rig 2 or 3 times so that when you wreck the first one, you just put the second one up in the air, and when you wreck that one, you put the third one up in the air, and then when you wreck that one, you cannibalize the first two while you're waiting for the replacement parts to come to get the third one back up in the air. So yeah, man, you're doing the right thing. You're taking the path that I did. You know, that was the path that I've had for a long time. And when I look back at like the periods of time where I grew the most as a pilot, and it's cool because I can see it in my flight footage. Like when I play flight footage at the beginning and the ends of all these live streams, like it's really cool for me to see my skills like getting better quicker and slower. And I can like look back and be like, okay, you know, in like 2019, I was really dedicated to getting better as a pilot, and I was breaking fucking everything. But that's what it took. And then like, you know, there were periods of time last year where like I'll watch stuff from like months and months and months, and like I won't be any better in those months. And like it's no surprise that there aren't many crashes in that flight footage. So for me, it's really a 1-to-1. Crash Bandicoot says, what's your preferred battery for Tiny Whoop Freestyle? Newbie Drone 250 mAh gold, and then also the Newbie Drone 300 mAh gold. Those batteries are expensive. They're like $6 and $7 each, but the performance is unlike any other battery available. It's really wild. You absolutely get what you pay for with those batteries. I like the 250 because it's a little bit lighter, and it's so quick and easy to swap batteries on a Tiny Whoop. It's like whatever, you know, God forbid I get 2.5 minutes of flight instead of 3 minutes. Oh, big deal. Good question, brother. James Lariah says FPV Cycle toothpick motors are available, so you can snag some before it's too late. There you guys go. Get you some FPV Cycle, what are they, 1304s now, I think, before they run out, and I'm willing to bet that they will run out. Kevin Summers says, speaking of all the Tiny Whoop stuff, I saw one of your old videos recently where you're pulling the Whoop props off. You have a long prop tool for those tiny props. What is it? Good question. So it is made by Weha, and it is called a chip lifter. Where the hell is it? It's usually in that drawer right there. Well, shit. That's alarming. If you go on Amazon, where the hell is it? Hey, there it is. If you go on Amazon and you search for Wiha, W-I-H-A, chip lifter, you'll find it. The little head on it looks like that, and it's just perfect. It is just absolutely perfect for taking Tiny Whoop props off. It's the only way that I can get some of them off. Like when I really jam some of them on there, that's what she said. It's the only way that I can get them off safely without bending the motor shaft. 18 smooth is done. Going to 19. Go school 19 and open and cool. Good question. Wiha chip lifter. W-I-H-A chip lifter. And if you're gonna order one, hit my Amazon link if you don't mind. I might actually have it linked down below as an affiliate link. There's a chance that I have it down below in the description. There's a section of the description called the tools that I use, there's a section called the gear that I use and trust, and in the very bottom of that section, there's a bunch of tools. I'm in there, of course, because I'm a tool, and there's a bunch of actual tools. Good question, Kevin. Crop Dustin Gable says the funniest name I've ever seen in drone quad live streams has got to be Sabertooth Crotch Cricket. That is a hell of a name. Duck My Squeeze says it came from Duck My C, which came from a parody of a song by a Twitch streamer called Something My D. Then I got into FPV, and my first vids were me juicy flicking over my head, so squee. There it is. Nice, Duck. It's a hell of a story right there. And go ahead, Real Steady Go. Right, scrolling down. I'm almost caught up. When I get caught up, we'll do the giveaways. T-Bird FPV says, I'm awake. You can start now. LOL, what's up? What's going on, T-Bird? Michael Blade FPV says, thanks, brother, for doing what you do. You're certainly welcome, Michael. And what else we got? GemFan Hobby is in the house. What's up, GemFan? How are you? GemFan Hobby is one of my sponsors. Absolutely love their props. I have since the very beginning. Really early on in the hobby, when I only could afford to build and fly micros, I noticed that GemFan micro props were way better balanced than HQ and at the time Furious FPV, and King Kong was making props back then, a couple other companies. So I really just gravitated towards GemFan props because they were so much better, they were just way better balanced. And that actually holds true today. Yeah, their propellers are just more balanced than pretty much anybody else out there, and I absolutely love them. And having them sponsor me was a straight up dream. So and it's been a great relationship. They come to me for advice when they need it. I bounce ideas off of them when I have them, and yeah, I'm super lucky to be on Team GemFan. My favorite 5-inch freestyle prop is the 5143, which I actually picked before the sponsorship even happened. It's just the propeller that's got the best mix of durability, flight performance, weight, and efficiency. And most of my micros are running GemFan props as well because they're better balanced. And they perform shockingly well, so it's really good. T-Bird FPV says it's not listed, I just checked. Okay, thanks, T-Bird. I need to actually add that. Jason Crabtree says, I've had RunCam hybrid boards shit the bed. I think I'm going to start putting them at the top of the stack now. How many of you had die, Jason Crabtree? I've only had one die so far. And it's on this rig, and it's on the bottom of the stack. So I have two of these Ripsqueaks built. One of them, the RunCam hybrid board, is on the top of the stack. On this one, it's at the bottom of the stack. The one where it's on the top of the stack, it's fine, and this one died. I specifically did that for this exact reason. I wanted to stress test this board on the top and on the bottom to see if there was any durability difference, and apparently there is, because I've seen it, and potentially you've seen it there too. Or we both had crashes that were exactly hard enough in exactly the right direction to kill the boards. That could totally be the case, but my God, do those boards get hot as shit. So I think putting it on the top of the stack is a good idea. Alec Dvornik says, good to see you on tonight. Every Monday night, Alec, good to see you as well, my man. Gamma Gonad is finally here. Had to order some new 1304 FPV cycle motors that just dropped. Very cool. You guys better hurry. Duck My Squeeze says 51433 is juice, so smooth. Yeah, really great propeller. Gamma Gonad also says, Brian Ladmiral, by the way. Oh, nice. Nice, Brian. And then Alec Dvornik says, ever try the HGLRC Petrol 75 Whoop? Any thoughts? I have not. I've not been, so HGLRC stuff was really nasty when I first started in the hobby. It was one of the reasons that I almost quit, to be honest. So I stayed away from them for a long time. I was trashing on them on a Facebook group at some point, and they said, hey, we want to send you some of our new stuff. It's better. And I was like, okay. So they sent me some stuff, and it was definitely better. The ESC was still kind of shitty, but the flight controller was okay. So I was kind of starting to warm up to HGLRC, but then I don't remember where the hell I saw this, but a couple of weeks ago I saw somebody that I trust. I forget who it was. Might have been Bob Rugi from FPV Cycle. Might not have been. I forget who it was, but it was somebody that I trusted, mentioning that like HGLRC was doing some really shitty business practices, and that was kind of it for me. At that point I was kind of like, okay, I'm like, they're kind of, yeah. So I don't know. Buy whatever you want, but understand that HGLRC, it sounds like, is kind of doing some shady shit business-wise, and their stuff is, and this is not just me saying it, a lot of people have had a lot of their shit catching on fire, so take that you know, with a grain of salt, as with all durability advice and info, but yeah, they're kind of dead to me. Just a little dramatic, but they, I am on the internet, so I'm supposed to be dramatic, I guess. Ricardo Ferrari, I'm just gonna say Ricardo. When doing motor limit, 70% for 4S motors, 6S battery, it protects the electronics, right? It's 30% less voltage to handle in a crash, I think. Yes. So when you motor limit down in the PID tab, it prevents the PID loop from asking any more than the percentage that you're dropping it down. So 4S motors, 2400 kV typically on 6S batteries, you're going to motor limit that down to like 70%, 65%, 60%. And when you smash into something and the PID loop asks for all the power that it can get its hands on, it's only going to be able to ask for 60, 65, 70% of the power, whatever you have it set. And that's what tends to kill electronics. The only thing that you have to be careful of with doing that is when you go into the motors tab in Betaflight, it's going to ramp them all the way up. So in the motors tab in Betaflight, don't just rip it up to 100% because it's going to spin the motors at 1 billion RPMs. There's no reason to do that anyway. In the motors tab, when you're testing your motors to see if your motor bells are bent, all the action happens at like 1300, 30%-ish throttle. There's really no reason to go beyond like 50% in the motors tab. The vibrations don't get any worse. So yeah, you shouldn't be ripping them up to full power 100% anyway. But if you do, understand that it's going to give you all the RPM in the world. They'll survive as long as you don't hold it up there. But if you hold it at 100% with 2400 kV motors on 6S, they're going to get hot, and they're going to get hot fast. So don't do it. No reason to do it anyway, so you shouldn't be doing it. But you're right, Ricardo. In crashes, that motor limiting is going to prevent any additional stress versus buying 1900 kV, 1800 kV, 1700 kV motors. And just like that, we are caught up on the chat. So that means we're going to do some giveaways just on time, 10:50, right before 11 o'clock. Here's how the giveaways work. 3 of the 4 giveaways, as I mentioned earlier, are for patrons. This is so that I can reward the patrons for literally paying my bills, but it's also so that I can get in touch with you guys. It's really hard when people win when people win the giveaways to get in touch with them unless I have like a direct line to them, i.e. Patreon. So yeah, that's why 3 of the 4. But just in case for some reason you can't join the Patreon, I do 1 Super Chat and PayPal based giveaway per Monday live stream giveaway thing every other week. And the way that that's going to work is when I say, hey, now, which is not right now, it's going to happen after we do the 3 Patreon giveaways, you guys are going to do a $5 or a $10 Super Chat or PayPal. If you do a Super Chat, I am out of focus. If you do a Super Chat, YouTube will take 30%. So you can go to CiottiFPV.com, scroll down, there's a PayPal button, and that way no percentage will be taken. I'm fine with the Super Chats. YouTube gives me a spot to live stream, and that's great. But if you're not cool with that, that's totally fine. Yeah, $5 is going to get you on the wheel 1 time for the Super Chat giveaway. $10 is going to get you on the wheel 2 times. If you do a Super Chat before I say now, it's just to support me. Mainly it's to support this so that I can get a goddamn car again. So yeah, that's how it works. We're going to do the Patreon giveaways here first. When I do the Patreon giveaways, one of the things that I'm going to do is I go over to the Discord channel, and I did this ahead of time tonight, amazingly. One of the secret channels on my Discord for patrons is called the Video Collective, for the patrons to drop links to their flight edits. So I need to take a little bit of time here to get everybody out of Patreon and onto the randomization wheels. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to play 3 of your guys' videos, the most recent 3 from about an hour ago. So I'm going to do that right now. And while I'm gone, I'm going to do the thing in the places to put everybody on the wheels from Patreon. And then when I come back, we'll do the Super Chat-based giveaway. So the 3 lucky patrons are HaxedFPV, ScottFPV, and CMYKFPV. And I am going to play their videos with no sound and Epidemic Sound copyright-free music right now. So enjoy some of the fellas from the chats flying while I do some things, some admin things, and then I'll come back in a couple of minutes and we'll get going. So here we go, and here we go, and I'll be right back.
Wish I could say I was finally over you, but that's not the truth. Everyone always keep falling in love again. The fuck's wrong with them? I don't understand. Maybe it will pass by, someone save me. For I pass out, I'm too lonely to be done. I'm a drink at this pace. Yeah. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain with nobody to hold on to? Why am I the only one who's feeling this pain when there should be two of us? And yeah, I know we both wanted different things, but letting go just comes easy to you, don't it? Why am I the only one who's left in the rain? If I had an option to be someone else, I would, and let go of you. I know that I'm obvious, fuck it, I'm made this way. But why didn't I stay when I had the chance? Maybe it will pass by someone.
Good timing, Epidemic Sounds. I am ready to go here. Here comes the third link. There you guys go in the chat. Go watch those in full quality. YouTube massacres the quality of these live streams. So go watch them in full quality. If I find out that you didn't, death. Slow, painful death. Don't you test me. Just gets more and more awkward. Alright, so what happened here? Oh, there we go. Now we're good. Alright, I got everybody on the wheels. Wheels are ready to go. Here's what you guys are gonna win tonight. I hope you guys appreciate this. I want to keep this so bad because it's such a cool frame, but this is how much I love you guys. This amazing little toothpick frame that is gloss. Look at it. It's gloss. Hold on. Let me catch it. There it is. Look at that. Look at that. This is the coolest toothpick frame ever. I forget who makes it, but it's incredibly strong. It's like really strong, really stout. I'm just never going to build a toothpick, so you guys get to win this. It's this, and it's a couple of sets of these HQ, what are they? 3x2 props. And then it's this gorgeous multicolor TPU canopy. Look how cool looking this thing is. I've really wanted to keep this too, but I'm just not going to use it. This is way better going out to one of you guys to build it. So yeah, that is the $5 a month toothpick giveaway prize tonight. And here is the wheel. Here are no. This was just for fun. Man, the person that wins this is going to be pissed off. I just meant to. Well, we're just going to give it to Joseph. Joseph wins. Joseph, you win. There you go. It's not fair. It's not fair. We got to give it to Joseph. Joseph Beznarowitz wins. I can't possibly stomach. I mean, everything was fair. Everything was fair. But here's the Jesus. Here's the list of people that were on that, just in case you want to check. You guys can pause and rewind and whatnot. That's why I'm going through this quickly. Basically, if you go to Patreon and it still says that you're active, you're on here. But there you go. There's the list of people. We did it backwards. That's fine. Everything is cool. I hope. Here's the next wheel. I'm going to not click it when I don't mean to click it this time. Wait, no. I got to write down Joseph's name. Ooh, that would have been brutal. Joseph. And I'm just going to write down B-E-J. Joseph B-E-J and ... I should be able to find you on there. Congratulations, Joseph. I just couldn't... Oh, and you're going to get some XT30 jib jabs in the, you know? Know what I'm saying? Next up, we've got the 3-inch micro brushless and Cinewhoop tier. We've got 3 sets of these HQ 4 by 2.5 by 2 propellers. And then look at this. We got a little box of run cam splits. Look at this. Look at them all. Look at them all in there. You're going to be able to put run cam splits on everything. Admittedly, some of these boards are blown up. A couple of these boards are blown up, for sure. But there's 2 cameras in here, and I'm pretty damn sure that there's at least 2 boards in here that are going to work. So this is the... and I'm gonna find something else to throw in here. I'm going to throw a third thing in here. I just didn't have time. Today's been absolute chaos. So, yeah. I'm going to find one more thing to throw in with this, and the XT60 jib jabs. Hopefully whoever wins this is in here, because I can also throw in a bunch of 5-inch props if this person also flies 5-inch. That's one of the other reasons that I did the giveaways this way, is so that if you only fly tiny whoops, you can only enter to win tiny whoop stuff, right? So there's a chance that whoever wins this doesn't fly 5-inch. So, but yeah, I'm going to throw something else in with these. Here's the wheel for this, and here are the beautiful people on this tier, and also on the $30 a month everything tier. There you guys go. I'm going to hit the shuffle button a couple times, which doesn't really do anything, because this shuffles goat scream. Someone shall win enough run cam splits to choke a moose, and that person is Tim Tom, I think. Tim Tom, congratulations. You have won. I will message you over on Patreon to get your address and all that good stuff. And I'll send you some things. And if you fly 5-inch, I'm going to send you a bunch of 5-inch props. So there we go with that. Next up, we've got the 5-inch tier. Frank Nicholas won a bunch of these Ovonic batteries and told me to put them back into the giveaways. So shout out to Frank Nicholas for like redonating some stuff that he's won, which he's done a bunch now. 5-inch tier is a Prototype 5, which has been loved by your boy, CiottiFPV. I've crashed it a couple times, no big crashes, a couple little scuffs on the ends of the arms, but there's a full extra set of 4 arms in here. So for all intents and purposes, not intensive purposes, intents and I'm going to type it into the chat. This is what it is. Stop saying intensive purposes. Stop saying wait, no, that's not how it's spelled. Intensive purposes. It doesn't mean anything. What are intensive purposes? It doesn't mean anything. It's intents and purposes. There, now you can see it in text. It's a brand new frame. It's a bunch of hardware. There's even some purple standoffs so you can be cool like me. And then it's 2 sets of Freestyle 3s, 2 sets of Freestyle 4s. Fair warning, these are the pre-production ones that are not as durable. So don't fly these anywhere unrecoverable. Put these up in the air, get a feel for them, don't crash them, and you'll know if you like Freestyle 3s or Freestyle 4s, and then you can go buy the production ones that are available now, which are called Freestyle 4S or Freestyle 3S, and profit. And then 2 very used, they're not that used, they're not that bad, Ovonic 6S 1000 mAh batteries. I did not like these batteries. They sag similar to a 4S, but they're 2 6S batteries, and there's nothing wrong with that. But fair warning, they're not great batteries. They're very cheap though. Cheap batteries are usually, yeah. Wow, the chat, I really kicked the chat off into a frenzy with that one. I'm fine with that. Here we go. Here's the wheel. Here's all the beautiful sons of bitches that are on it. And I'm going to scroll through so you guys can make sure that you're there. All right, that's enough. You can rewind. Shuffle, 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 go. And someone's going to win a whole bunch of stuff. A Prototype 5 frame, some props, and some terrible batteries. And that person is either Hella G's or CiottiFPV. That's a CiottiFPV! That is a... Oh, I was about to say, that is good news because I have stuff that needs to be shipped to CiottiFPV, but I shipped it like 2 days ago. So CiottiFPV is going to get another package from his buddy, CiottiFPV. Congratulations, Chopper. You got some stuff coming to you, brother. I need to write your name down on the frame bag. And hell yeah. Oh, God. OPPERFPV. Congratulations, Chopper! Alright, now we're going to do the Super Chat giveaway. So starting right now, if you do a Super Chat or a PayPal for $5, you'll go on the wheel 1 time. For $10, you go on the wheel 2 times. Here's what you're entering to win. First and foremost, donated by Remy Tim. Remy Tim, drop the link to your website. Remy Tim is also on Fiverr. He is doing FPV mentoring. If you've got technical questions or if you've got somebody that's trying to get into the hobby, Remy Tim can keep them from quitting. Remember quitting the hobby when you were trying to learn and everything kept catching on fire? Yeah, he's going to help that. Wouldn't it have been nice to have somebody that would one-on-one help you out? He's doing that. He is going to buy you one of my t-shirts from the Teespring link and have it shipped directly to you. So that's a part of this giveaway. Very cool of you, Remy Tim. There's also going to be a digital copy of FPV Flight Dynamics by Christian Malika. And there's going to be a shout out to Kristen Malika for sponsoring that, of course. And CiottiFPV, Dan, amazing dude. Subscribe to his channel or I'll beat you. He is going to send you a set of his skateboard grip tape grips for your specific radio in whatever color you want. There is a CiottiFPV purple color. It is the best color. If I find out that you didn't get that color, stabbing will occur. Also, I'm going to ship you a bunch of stuff. If you're a size medium, I'm going to send you a t-shirt. If you're not a size medium, I'm not going to send you a t-shirt because it's going to look ridiculous on you. But you get to pick. Couple of sets, same deal, of the F3s and F4s. These are the pre-production ones. They're not as strong. Fly them somewhere recoverable, get a feel for them, and then buy the real ones. Amazing little prop tool. Little ratcheting wrench with a little angly bit on it. And this is pretty cool. This is an Ethics transmitter bag. It's one of the old school ones. And it's kind of faint, but it is there. It is signed by the man himself. Senior Steele. I swear to God, that's not just me scribbling on it. That's actually the way it looks when you ask him to sign something of yours. So yeah, that's pretty slick. You're going to be the only one in your town with an Ethics transmitter bag signed by Sir Steely Boy. So that's it. $5 to get on the wheel once, $10 to get on the wheel twice. Lots of prizes. Ready, go! If you do PayPal, I'm gonna be adding it like live. If you see me not adding you, tag me in the chat and say yo, because sometimes PayPal lags behind a little bit. So yeah, whole bunch of stuff, and maybe a T-shirt if you're a small ass bastard like me. All right, I'm gonna leave these here. I'm gonna give you guys some time to get going. I'm gonna try to get caught up on chat here. So let me scroll up a little bit and try to figure out where I left off, and then I'll start adding people to the wheels. 661FPV saying what's up. I might have already gotten that. I think I scrolled up too far. I did. I scrolled up way too far. Michael Blade saying, thanks, brother, for doing what you do. Thank you for appreciating it, Michael Blade, and enjoying it. Athix says, what frames did you try before settling on the glide? Ooh, that's a big list, Athix. Off the top of my head, CL1, Mini Quad Test Bench, Crush, the Flow Ride, Bob's first 5-inch frame, Source 1, the original Source 1. Oh God. There's one or two more that I can't think of. The Impulse RC Alien. What else? There's a couple that I'm forgetting, but those are the ones that I can think of off the top of my head. And then, since I've been on the glide, Prototype 5, Remix, and probably one or two more that I can't think of. That's a good question. Bob Knox just says the neighbor picked it up and said, I think you're good. B-Man says, I guess what it comes down to is it really has no mass to do much damage. I think B-Man talking about the Mob Light 6. Paul McDonald says, I got a T-Motor F7 flight controller here. Hold on, I'm losing my voice. T-Motor F7 flight controller here. And it has a bridge port for a pit switch. Do I need to bridge that if I want to use low power until first arm? No. The physical pit switch that they put on there is something totally different. You're good, Paul McDonald. Just the low power till first arm is all software based, so you're good to go. You don't have to do that. That bridge, those pit pads that you bridge turn on and off like a physical pit mode switch that physically turns the power off to the VTX, which is important for racers but doesn't mean anything to us freestyle freaks. CiottiFPV says, I would also say when it comes to Facebook recommendations is that bang for the buck is the target. Wait, what? Facebook right. People making recommendations on Facebook. Yeah. Dragon Wing FPV says, I've never broken so many quads and so much shit as when I learned and practiced Matty flips. It's the name of the game. Yeah, for real. Work Matty flips hard in the simulator and you'll still bash the shit out of everything. But you can at least get the timing down and just pay attention to where the sky. Basically, the moment that you pick up the throttle with a Matty flip is when your whole view is of the sky. Because when your whole view is of the sky, your 30-degree up tilt camera is pointing straight up and the rig is in this orientation. So you're going to pick up the throttle, which is going to give you a little bit of upward, right? We're not totally flat, we're a little bit upward. So it's going to keep you from driving into the ground, but it's going to give you a lot of rearwards momentum. This is something that I work on a good amount when I'm doing FPV flight instruction through Fiverr. Or just, if you guys don't want to go through Fiverr, just message me. CiottiFPV all over the place, Instagram, Facebook. Just message me, we'll stay off Fiverr. They won't take 13%. We'll set it up, get some work, and you'll fly better. Crash Bandocoot says, thanks, bro. You're certainly welcome. B-Man says, only problem with the 2021 2021 crashing in is easy when it's back then because replacement parts are either not available or 3 times the cost. Yeah, it's true. But you got to pay to play sometimes. Flyzone Drone says, hey. Duck My Squeeze says, first rule of FPV, FPV is an expensive hobby. Second rule of FPV, you didn't wreck 80% of your quad. It's a total write-off, but you got 20% of the quad and spare parts back for free. I come from hobbies that are infinitely more expensive than FPV, so to me, FPV is actually the cheapest hobby I've ever had. Photography, motorsports, airsoft, drums, just music in general. So yeah, I don't agree that FPV is an expensive hobby per se. I guess you can make it expensive, but it doesn't have to be expensive. Fleeting out makes it a lot cheaper, not having each individual rig having a completely different set of components really helps out a lot. But yeah, it's true. It's true on the crashing front. T-Bird says it's not. We got that. Oh wow! Apparently I'd skipped a bunch of the comments. That's interesting. Scrolling. So James Lariah says, I've been under a rock. What happened to the Mazda? My Miata has been in the shop forever. Long story. The Mazda 2, though, has always been Kristen's car, my soon-to-be ex-wife. But she's looking to sell it now, and because it's looking like the Miata's never going to come out of the shop, even when it does come out of the shop, I'm probably going to end up selling it. I need to have something to drive around, but mainly I need to have something to drive around like now. I'm borrowing my dad's car. I have to give it back soon. So yeah, this is really, really important at the moment because yeah, it's a really good car for me. I poured my heart and soul into that Mazda 2, took really good care of it. And the used car market is a total train wreck right now. So, yeah, right now you pay a lot of money for a used car that you have no idea what the previous owner, how badly they molested it. Whereas with this, I know exactly how bad I've molested it. And it's pretty bad. But I molest things in a... Wow, that's in the chat, Duck My Squeeze says, it's not like... It's just like it's not bone apple tea. What is bone apple tea? Bon appetit? Do people say bone apple tea instead of bon appetit? What? If I heard somebody say bone apple tea instead of bon appetit, I'd still be in jail from just cutting them over and over. Do people really say bone apple tea? If somebody says that, I'm gonna fucking fist fight them. right back to the 1800s. I don't care. That is not okay. Gamma Gonad says, damn it, so close I need to win just in case tomorrow goes wrong. Well, then tomorrow will go well. This is the universe's way of ensuring that tomorrow goes well. Gamma Gonad, I hope tomorrow goes well. Shit. Metal Durskin says, are Chopper and Chomper two different people? It could happen. They are. There is a Chopper and there is a Chomper. It was Chomper that won, though, right? I wrote down Chomper. Oh, shit. Thanks for calling me on that. Oh, my God. I wrote down Chomper. Wow. That would have sucked. I got to be careful. Nope. I wrote down Chopper. I think I said Chomper, though. Interesting. Wow. Good. You guys are going to have to call me on that. That's going to happen again. For sure. Well, it'll be a while because, yeah, randomness and all. Thanks for that, though, Metal Dirtskin. GemFan Hobby says, Lipos, props, frame, and nip pics from CiottiFPV. YouTube just did the thing. Shit, scrolling back up. Found my spot pretty quick this time. Wah. I think the new Freestyle 4S for your giveaways are on the way. Ooh, very cool. GemFan Hobby says, I think the new Freestyle 4S's for your giveaways are on the way. Very cool. So yeah, though I won't have to explain myself with these pre-production freestyles soon. Where are we at? Okay, cool. And now I'm caught up. So here come the super chats. Let me move this over just a little bit here, and we will start throwing people on the wheel. So first up, we've got Bob Noxious with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Bob. You go on the wheel. Oh, wow, put a space. Why'd you do that? Then we've got B-Man FPV, $10. He goes on the wheel 2 times. Once and twice. He says, for all the intenseless services. Jackalope FPV says PayPal. GemFan Hobby says PayPal. Thank you, boys. Geo Fairbanks with a $10 super chat. He says, rock on, brother. He goes on the wheel 2 times. Once I get caught up on the super chats, I'm going to jump over to my email. CMYK FPV saying, what's up, dude? Doom239 says, owning Miata changed my mind about Miatas. Yeah, pretty much everybody. Everybody that actually puts their ego aside and buys a Miata is forever changed, because a car that weighs 2,000 pounds and has arguably the best suspension geometry ever put into a production car is a thing of absolute magic. And yeah, if you can put the hairdresser and the gay jokes aside, you can pretty cheaply buy arguably the best sports car ever built. Arguably the best car ever made, to be super honest with you guys. It's just, it just redefines driving. It really, really, really does. And you really owe it to yourself before you die to buy one. At least drive one, but it's different owning one, because you spend enough time in it where you really get to experience a connection between you and the surface of the asphalt that you just can't get in any other car. And if you're willing to push it, you unlock this incredible, I'm getting real steady going again, confidence. The confidence that you get driving a Miata at the limit is unmatched up until you get to like open wheel cars and like purpose-built tube frame race cars. It's really a whole different thing. Dragon Wing FPV with 50 Nokias. I'm gonna assume that 50 Nokias is the same as $10. Somebody let me know if it's not. I'm gonna put Dragon Wing on the wheel 2 times. And if you guys let me know that 50 Nokia phones are actually only worth $5 American, just let me know. I think that's all the super chats. Geo Fairbanks and then Dragon Wing. Metal Dirksen says, I know Miata is a nice car, but I love having a Volvo wagon that I could stuff an entire Miata in the back end. Yeah, I would actually like to get a Volvo wagon at some point in my life. They're just super fun. All right, firing up my email. let's see what's going on over there with PayPal. Let me give it a second here. CMYK did a PayPal, he says. Very cool. Ramdanko says damp squid. What's that mean? What's damp squid? Come on, email. Work. Work, you bastard. Come on. Come on. Go. Go, computer. Go. I usually open up mail earlier. This is my bad. Real Steady Goes on fire again. We got some comments though I can read through while I'm waiting. Dragon Wings got the Matty down, struggling getting consistent on the trippy spin for the time being. Yeah, they're tough. I don't like the way trippy spins look, so I don't like the way that they look, so I don't do them. But they are hard to get consistent. Athix says, "What is the super chat giveaway?" It's a whole bunch of stuff, Athix. Bunch of sets of F3s and F4s, ratcheting wrench, Ethics transmitter bag signed by Mr. Steele, a t-shirt from my Teespring that Remy Tim Dan is going to buy you, FPV grip tape from TweetFPV, and a digital copy of FPV Flight Dynamics by Christian Malika. Frank Nicholas says PayPal only for the XL t-shirt. Proper cool. Ramdanko says meant to be damp squib. Damp squib. That doesn't make any more sense than damp squid. Ram. Is Mail, has Mail just shit the account error? Fuck you, really? Take all accounts online. Come on, don't not work. Well, I can just go to PayPal and look it up. All right, so Mail's down, but let's get this going here. Riot9 says, girl likes your 5-inch. Yeah, very much so. CMYK says, how many entries can we get? Just 2. $5 for 1 entry, $10 for 2 entries. Logging into PayPal right now, and I will get everybody from PayPal on the wheel. Thanks for doing PayPal more than the super chats, guys. That's very cool of you. The 30% that YouTube takes adds up to a lot, but it's fine. It's just cool of you guys to give a shit, because it's easier to do super chats. All right, here we go. Steven Steinbaker, the one and only CMYK FPV. What are you doing? Stop it, computer. Easy. Oh man, it's really hard to copy and paste it. Oh no, it's not. There we go. All right, so yeah, your guys' real names are going on. Steven's going on the wheel 2 times. That's CMYK FPV. I'm not gonna know all of your names. GemFan Hobby is going on the wheel with a $5 PayPal. Thank you, GemFan. The one and only. Come on. Daniel Maurer with a $10 PayPal. He's going on the wheel 2 times. Oh yeah, this is way more annoying than doing it through my email. Okay, this is why I haven't been doing it. Alec Dvornik with a $10 super chat or PayPal. He's going on the wheel 2 times. 1 and 2. And come on. Work. There it is. Audio Gods says, Aaron FPV here, donating for the raffle, but really for your car fund. Audio Gods, you were going on the wheel 2 times. Much appreciated. All of you beautiful people. Come on. There we go. Frank Nicholas, $10 PayPal. He's going on the wheel twice. Once and twice. John Ray, the one and only Metal Dirt Skin. It's crazy. I'm starting to learn you guys' names from your... It's very difficult to remember your guys' real names that come through on PayPal, YouTube names, Instagram names, Facebook names. It's really rough. And I'm bad with names as it is, so it's even harder. Tyler Sherrard, the one and only T-Bird, with a $15 super chat, $10 for the giveaway, $5 to snort up my nose. I'm going to take a $5 bill I'm going to chop it up really fine, and I'm going to stir it up my nose, because drugs are bad, kids. Don't do drugs. Like, seriously, don't do them. They're just really bad for you, especially when you're young. Or do them. Do whatever you want. But don't do them. Or do them. Do whatever you want. Kyle Jarecki with a $5 PayPal. Where did he go? Monday giveaway. He's the jackalope. Kyle's going on the wheel. Oh, not V. And who else we got here? Epidemic Sound. No, that's me paying Epidemic Sound. Okay, cool. So we should be straight now. That should be everybody. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that's a request. Okay, we're good. If you've PayPal'd and you're not on the wheel yet, you got like a minute to tell me in the chat. Tag me in the chat. Type CiottiFPV, I'm not on the wheel. Put me on the wheel. Because I don't know how quick PayPal is on their website at showing. We should be good, though. Double A is in the house. What's up, brother? And other than that, looks like we're caught up. Aaron FPV rightly says that the shredded 5 will likely have Coke on it. Not a $5 bill. It was like 100 maybe. Not a $5 though. Why is what's going on with mail? Apple Mail must have shit the bed. Weird. Every once in a while it goes down. Yeah. So another like 15 seconds. If you've PayPal'd me and or about to, just let me know. Tag me in the chat, and I'll put you on the wheel, and maybe you'll win. Cleaning things up here a little bit, and all right. I think sounds like a good way to get hepatitis. All right, cool. We're doing it. Here we go. Super chat giveaway. Here's all the beautiful people on the wheel. Athix FPV says, "Put me on." How many times, Athix? What did you PayPal? 5 or 10? Or did you super chat? We're waiting on you. Hurry up, Athix! 1. Okay, cool. Athix FPV goes on the wheel 1 time. I was worried about that. This has happened once before where PayPal didn't show the PayPal payment. Here we go. Goat at the ready. Bunch of things gonna be won by a person whose name is I think it's gonna be Athix. Nope, Kyle Jarecki got him. Kyle Jarecki, congratulations. You've got some work to do. You need to, I'm going to write your name down on here. I'm going to write Kyle Jarecki down on here because that's what it is on the screen, and I refuse to do any more work than I absolutely have to. You need to message me on either Instagram or Facebook, hopefully Facebook, at CiottiFPV, and you need to say, "Yo, it's Kyle Jarecki," because I need to be able to search for Kyle Jarecki and find your message. All right, so that's important. Say, "Hey, it's Kyle Jarecki. I won the thingy and the other thingies. Here's my address and here's my email." I'm gonna then email you the digital copy of FPV Flight Dynamics. You also need to talk to Remy Tim at RemyTimFPV@gmail.com. He just dropped it in the chat. And you need to tell him the same shit. Your address, your t-shirt size, which t-shirt you want, all that good stuff. Then you need to do the same thing with TweetFPV. TweetFPV@gmail.com. Can a moderator drop that email address as well? It's just TweetFPV@gmail.com. And you need to do the same thing with him. You need to tell him your address, your email, what transmitter you've got that you want the grip tape for, and what color you want. And it better be purple. And yeah, that's it. A ton of giveaways went out last week. If you guys take pictures of your giveaways and tag me in them, I will put you onto my Instagram channel, and maybe you'll get a couple subs and follows and shit. Giveaways are done. Congrats to all the winners. Hey, Kyle, do you wear medium t-shirts by chance? tag me and tell me if Kyle Jarecki used Jackalope. He says, I told you I was going to win today. He did too. It's funny. Yeah. What if you wear a medium T-shirt? I'll throw one of these in with the other stuff. If you don't, you'll still get a T-shirt because yeah. Extra large. Okay, cool. So you're good. I'm not going to send you a T-shirt. Sweet. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to dive into Ripsqueak land, unless I think I'm caught up on chat. If you guys have, Monday night is a Q&A stream, so if you've got questions, fire it up. But otherwise, we're going to start getting some work done. B-Man says, are you a man-shot medium like your boy CiottiFPV? Aaron FPV says, I missed the stream 2 weeks ago and got an unexpected package from you. That's what she said today. Awesome surprise. Custom packaging was great. Yeah, the I don't know if I should show it. Nah, I should show it because a lot of people winning is pretty rare. I've got some cool custom packaging. The really cool thing is, and I did not plan this, the packaging label fits like perfectly right here, so it really looks cool. Nice little touch. Swampion PC, I think is the way that's pronounced, says, should I get Express LRS for the jumper T Lite? I'm not my problem with Express LRS right now is that the companies that are making the hardware make terrible hardware, namely Happy Model. So until there's a company making the Express LRS hardware that has some sort of quality control and like a good track record for making stuff that doesn't just explode, I have no interest in it, and I would really caution you guys against it. I'm never, ever, ever going to put a 5-inch death machine up in the air on a receiver that's made by Happy Model. It's just not happening. So that's my issue with Express LRS at the moment. If TBS or Immersion RC or any other company that has a good track record with quality control starts making the Express LRS hardware, now it becomes a much more realistic option. I know this is sort of an unpopular opinion, but I don't want my shit to fall out of the sky and get lost forever, or worst case hurt somebody, right? So I will stick with TBS and Immersion RC because they're a known quantity. They're known to make good quality stuff that lasts a long time. I also crash very hard, very often, so I have to be very sensitive to this kind of shit because electrical components don't love to be smashed into brick walls at 80 miles an hour over and over and over again. And I do that a lot. Let me get Real Steady Go fired up again real quick here. 20, we're going into 21. I did things a little differently today. I stopped the camera in between takes, which I don't usually do, and I don't think I'm gonna ever do again because I have to sit here and babysit Real Steady Go over and over and over and over again. This takes up a lot less hard drive space because in between takes, the camera's not sitting there running, but it's a lot more work for me, and it's kind of annoying, but I digress. CMYK says, how are you liking the V2 Ripsqueak? I'll let you know when I get one built. I haven't, they've all still been in the bag, so I have no clue. EEDoc says, the best hardware for Express LRS is the Ghost hardware. Flash Express LRS onto it. I didn't know you could do that. Very cool. So that's pretty fucking interesting. That's a little expensive to do it that way. And Ghost is, from what I've heard, pretty damn good. if I was going to do that, I would end up just sticking with Ghost, because Tony Cake is a great guy that's been really cool to me for a long time, so I would give Ghost a shot. If I was to go Express LRS, I would go 900 megahertz, and I don't think the Ghost hardware would do that. I could totally be wrong. I'm perfectly happy with Crossfire. It's a known quantity. Express LRS is absolutely brand new, and brand new stuff scares the shit out of me. So I'm giving Express LRS a bunch of time here to get tested a little bit deeper before I dive into it. Plus, for me to change 15 rigs over from one receiver to another, one protocol to another, would be a fucking nightmare. So there's that. Double A says, yeah, it's baller. CiottiFPV, very cool. I thought when I got it. Nice. Doc says, the best. We got that. Go-Kart Mozart in the house. He says, I wouldn't fly long range on ELRS, but those tiny RXs for whoops look pretty slick, though. Yeah, they really do. Express LRS is a very interesting option for tiny whoops. Very, very interesting option for tiny whoops. I'm interested in it for those. MotorRef FPV says, hey brother, I won a Monday giveaway a while ago, but haven't heard anything since. Should I reach out to you or wait for you to message me on Patreon? No rush. Just don't want to forget. Definitely message me, MotorRef. I do have a couple that I couldn't get in touch with people on. You guys can always feel free. Hush. Hey, hush. I don't think I have your address. So message me. Hush. Who else? This goes to Monkey. Who else do we have here? This is Frank's that I had to figure out what we were doing with those batteries on. Who is this? This is Joseph Bejnarowitz. Wait a second. Didn't he win tonight? Hey! All right. Well, Joseph, hopefully you're out there. I've messaged you a couple of times. Shit. I've messaged you a couple of times, Joseph, and you haven't gotten back to me. You got to get back to me. Now I got 2 giveaways for you, brother. Hopefully Joseph is watching this at some point, because now I got 2 giveaways to send to him. Oh, that's pretty rad. Okay, cool. And then Velociraptor foil. If you're watching this, get back to me. I need your address. Cool. I think that's it. Nope, one more. One more where I don't have an address. And that is J Drones. J Drones. J Drones. Get back to me. I don't have your address. I've messaged you over on Patreon. You haven't gotten back to me. You got some stuff coming. Those are the only ones that I have here in front of me. But there could be others. We're going to figure it out. MotorRef, I have a feeling that yours went out. I have a feeling that it's on the way. But message me anyway. We'll get it figured out. CMYK says, thoughts on the Newbie Drone V3 board/Whoop. The motors on the Whoop are way too low of a KV, so I would not buy the whole Whoop. The board is interesting. It doesn't have an MPU 6000, which scares me a little bit. It does have a good VTX on it that goes up to 200 milliwatts or maybe even 250 milliwatts, I forget. But they did the proprietary plugs again, which are annoying, but they did put nice big motor pads up on top of, and I think on the bottom. So it'll make direct soldering motors to it a lot easier, but admittedly, direct soldering motors to a Tiny Whoop AIO board is about as enjoyable as putting your dick in a vise. So, yeah, there's that. But as long as the gyro that's on that board is okay, then it's a winner. But I'm not going to buy one because I have 3 of the V1 Newbie Drone boards, and they're just great. Chris Croft says, by the way, a lot of recent bugs in Crossfire, Tracer, and Ghost were found by Express LRS devs. That's funny. Swamion, oh, it's not Swampion, it's Swamion PC, says that was graphical. Yeah, that happens over here. Get used to it, Swamion. And it doesn't get any less graphic than this. This is a pretty standard thing for me. Man, my throat's starting to really hurt. 11:40. All right, we got 20 minutes. I'm gonna get to work over here, and I'm gonna talk a little bit less so I don't fully lose my voice. Don't I have a cough drop over here somewhere? I think I have like one cough drop. Hey, I do. Awesome. One singular cough drop that's been floating around on my desk for a while. Ha! Completionist. Zen. Aaron FPV says, main reason for the V3 over the V run is that you can run 2S with XT30. Interesting. That's a big deal. If it holds up and if the gyro is good. Swamian says, have hot water with lemon and honey. Yeah, I have a whole process that I go through to fix my voice afterwards. When I have long, shouty live streams. Butterdirkson says you need some tea with honey in it. You guys are all about. Every time I talk about losing my voice, a half a dozen people say tea with lemon and honey. I'm good, guys. I'm good. I'm a big boy. I'm 40 years old. Now everybody's just gonna say it. Yeah, I'm good. I've been doing live streams and losing my voice for a long time. I've figured out a bunch of different ways to bring it back to life. But I appreciate that you guys care. I do. Logging out of PayPal. And here we go. There's some bourbon in there, Glenn says. Okay. This Ripsqueak is broken. I think the camera blew up, but I want to double check. So let me grab my goggles and take a quick look here. Alright. And let's see what we got. I don't know. Camera's fine. I could have sworn that this is the one where the camera blew up. What? Oh no, it's the VTX, isn't it? It's the VTX that shit the bed, I think. I think I remember it being that. Seems fine though. What the hell? Bueller? I am pretty sure that the VTX blew up on this though. I think it was intermittent, if I remember correctly. Let me just keep poking at it. Because I think I remember that I was able to poke at it and get it to come back on. Come on now. I fucking hate intermittent problems like this. Shit the bed again, please. So I can know for sure. Fuck it. I'm going to replace the VTX. I'm 99% sure that the VTX blew up on this. It's an old VTX. It's an old VTX, Eachine VTX 03. So it kind of needs to come out anyway. Because, yeah, no smart audio. And it's just needlessly big. So, this is going to get torn down. We're going to swap the base plate over to the V2 base plate. The top plate over to the V2 top plate. And I think that's it, because I believe that the arms are exactly the same. Let's take a quick look. Yep. The arms are exactly the same. So, more extra arms, new base plate, new top plate, new VTX. Let me go into my little box of VTXs here. And grab one. This is the Eachine Nano V2. These are my preferred VTX at the moment. That's for a Unify. What's this? This is another VTX Nano, Eachine Nano V2 rather. I'm going to use this one. What's this little guy? What are you, little friend? Is that another one? Jesus. How many of these did I buy? Okay. I really went all in on them. There's a Tramp Nano I haven't used. Oh my god. I really like the Ishiins though. The little Ishiin Nanos. None of them have blown up on me yet. And they have a little microphone on there, which is kind of nice. And they're really small and they're really cheap. What's not to like about that? Okay. Let's pull this fucker apart. We're not going to get much done here tonight in the next 20 minutes. But we'll get it started. Johnny Droid says, love you, brother. Thank you, dude. Appreciate the kind words. Whack FPV says, CiottiFPV is over here looking like FPV version of Dr. Pole. Who the fuck is Dr. Pole? Am I showing my age by not knowing who Dr. Pole is? B-Man says, about time for some background epidemics. You guys want some background music? That'll help me feel like I don't have to talk as much. Ooh, I gotta get real steady going again. So that was 21. We want to go to 22. And all right, and then epidemic sound. Is this that terrible song? No, it's not. That's a bit much. That's a bit much. There we go. That should be better. A little bit less, actually. Right there. I think that's about it. CMYK says, what props are you running on that Ripsqueak? So these are the old school GemFan 3035s. They're very, very lightweight. They're not very durable though. The new generation of these are the 3028s, and I don't know. I don't know which ones I like better. Those are definitely the two best 3-inch T-mount props for this type of rig. These old school 3035s are kind of hard to find. I have a shitload of them because I'm a hoarder with certain things. I don't think that they're better enough compared to the 3028s for you to go hunting them down, CMYK, to be honest with you. Although you might be able to find them. I don't know. I haven't looked for them in a while because I have them. But yeah, GemFan 3035. AA says, I like your new build mat. I do too, AA. This build mat is from FPV Crate. They sell this on their website. It's like a neoprene material, so it's got a little bit of softness to it. What I like most about it is it's got a little bit of grip to it. So when I'm trying to solder and I'm like using one finger to hold the board or the quad down, I'm using another finger to hold the solder. What would happen on the smooth mats is the rig would want to like rotate and kind of slide around, whereas with this mat, it kind of digs in a little bit and it doesn't slide around. It's really nice. If you're going to get yourself one, do me a favor and use my affiliate link. Alright, Real Steady Go is fired up, doing its thing. Back to work. 10 more minutes of work, and then I'm going to sign off for the night. And I'll see you guys again on Wednesday. Although maybe I'll see you patrons tomorrow. No, I won't. I won't see you guys tomorrow. I got plans tomorrow. Going over my special lady's house. Cannot wait. Life is a curious, mysterious, but wonderful thing. And man, I'm reminded of that every day lately. It's pretty rad. So this is the hardware it comes with. I'm not going to do anything with that. So yeah, I guess the camera board is good to go. So all I really need to do, I'm going to pull the props off. All I really need to do is pull it up and out of this frame. Trace the VTX wires, swap them over, I'm going to need to add one because this doesn't have smart audio, so I'm going to need to add a smart audio wire. And that'll pretty much be it. Here's what's tough about these 3035 CMYK. See how bendy they are? Just like the 3028s, right? Like they're just very, very, very bendy. But they're still good. They're just too weak. We need a more durable T-mount 3-inch option. Preferably one with CiottiFPV's name on it in purple. You never know. I am a GemFan sponsored pilot now. Know what I'm saying? B-Man says, do we get a name on the new chick or still cloak status? I will ask her about that tomorrow. I don't want to assume that that's cool. I don't... this is all uncharted territory for me, you know? Like, this whole being an internet personality thing. You know, I let you guys into as much of my life as I possibly can because I'm okay with that, but I'm not going to ever assume that anybody else is okay with that, you know what I mean? So, yeah, there's that. Yeah, I don't know. I can't put my own. The fact that I'm okay with something, like, I can't assume that anybody else is going to be okay with that. You know what I mean? But yeah, things are going well. I'm really enjoying life right now. Metal Dirtskin says, I put the GemFan 3052s on my little 3-inch. Goes to the moon when you punch it. Sure is fun for about 90 seconds of battery life. Yeah, the 3052s are fucking nuts. There are T-mount versions of the 3052s now, which is pretty cool. The GemFan has changed the hub design of the 3052 over to the new T-mount or M5 mount, which is really, really cool. I'm really happy that they did that. Jackalope says, I know you like Acon for ESCs, but what's your go-to FC for the glides? Acon AK-32, hands down. Hands down. There's a bunch of different AK-32s. They're all good, whichever one you want. There's a 35 amp, there's a 55 amp, there's a 20x20, there's a 30x30. I prefer the 30x30 35 amp because it's cheap, and I like 30x30 ESCs. But they're all really, really, really good. B-Man says, super excited for you. That's awesome. It's been a crazy year for you. You deserve it. Thank you, B-Man. Yeah, it's been this in my. I just never thought that this would. I'm really happy that the things that happened this year have happened, but I was not ready. I never thought that this would happen. Like it's been fucking hard. It's been really fucking hard, and I've let you guys in on a good amount of it, but there's a lot that I haven't. Because it's really hard to talk about. I'm a very, very emotional person, and it's hard to talk a lot. It's hard to talk about a lot of that stuff without crying my fucking eyes out. So, but I've tried to. I always try to let you guys in as much as possible because the live. That's what the live streamers that I really enjoy watching do, and it's a big part of what makes live streaming unique and special, in my opinion. So, but there has to be boundaries, and I struggle with that sometimes, but I get better at it every day. And for the most part, I just kind of like follow my heart or whatever. Like I just sort of, I tend to just kind of go for it and see what happens. But yeah, I just have to be mindful of that and just think about it. That's really what it is. I just have to think about it sometimes and think about what could go well and what could not go well and just take a guess and then go for it. And it's it's something I didn't expect. You know, this whole fucking journey has been really confusing and strange and wonderful and so many things. It's I don't know, the whole public persona thing is not something that I really thought through. It was not something that I really wanted. Like, it's incredibly flattering, but it's just like, I didn't get into this like, oh, I want to be famous, I want everybody to know me. Like, it was more like I just want to spread this knowledge out and build a cool community of people. In the process, a lot of other things have come from it that were kind of unexpected, but it's when I force myself to look at the reality of it, it's very, very flattering. It's really, really cool that you guys reach out to me and, you know, want to be seen and known, and it's fucking cool, man. It's really, really cool. And this group of people that have latched onto me are really cool. We're a very unique group of very strange but very wonderful humans here on Earth. And I can be very loudmouthed and very opinionated, but when I tend to get like that, it's about things that I'm pretty passionate about, and it also tends to be about things that, obviously in my opinion, but in the grand scheme of things, like right and wrong kind of stuff, it's like, yeah, right and wrong. I try to always, like if I'm ever going to be really opinionated on a thing, I always try to make sure that I look at it, I take a step back and look at it as from like the standpoint of what's sort of like good, like, is my opinion good for humanity, sort of thing, right? Like, or is my opinion just based in some preconceived notion, or like religion or a lack of religion, shit like that, right? Like, I never want I always try to have my opinionated shit be based in like trying to build a better world for everyone, where everybody can be included, versus like, oh, it's, you know, we've been doing things one way, so we should just do them that way forever. Like, that's horse shit, right? Like, that's, like, that worked in the 1800s, but it's fucking 2021, right? Like, people are allowed to be gay. People are allowed to be trans. People are allowed to be all these things. There's absolutely no reason to fight against that. Like, we're all allowed to be different. And, like, if a religion says that that's not allowed, then I'm sorry, but that religion is bullshit. So, you know. There I go again, being all opinionated and fucking turning people off. But yeah, I don't know. I don't care. There's just shit in the world that is not fucking cool. And if I lose people because I call that shit out, and people feel like assholes because I just called them out, I'm fine with that. I'm absolutely fine with that, because there's going to be one or two people that when I do that, they go, oh, well, man, I really want to watch him. Maybe I should re-examine the way that I feel about X or Y or Z. You know what I mean? So that's fine. If I have to do it one person at a time, I fucking will. That's the way that I choose to live my life. And I'm not saying that anybody else should do that, right? I would love it if you did. But that's how I choose to live my life. And what's cool is the people that have kind of stuck around are people that get that and agree with that, and that's extra cool. And that shit means a lot. So welcome, motherfuckers. It is 12 a.m. So I'm going to leave this poor little squid just like this. And then on Wednesday, we'll dig into this. Swap the new base plate on, swap the new top plate on. Let me actually look at something on the base plates. Okay, so the front holes are exactly the same. And the location of the press nuts is exactly the same as well. Oh, that's interesting though. This is it's longer on one side. Oh, and they're not in the same spot. The press nuts are not quite in the same spot. Interesting. So the V2 is longer. The V2 is ever so slightly longer. Oh, that's cool. Okay. So yeah, and we'll swap the new VTX in as well, of course. There's a chance I'll take these motors off too. There's a chance that I'll put the Toka 1505s on. I've spent a good amount of time on these Brother Hobby 1504.5s, and I have 2 more sets of motors to test on these rigs. So maybe we'll do that. I'll see how saucy I'm feeling on Wednesday. Hey, CMYK, do you need one of these base plates? If you do, I think I'll just send this to you. I don't think I have a plan for that. There's a chance that I had a plan for this. The plan might have been to send it to you, actually. If you need it, if you haven't been able to get a hold of the V2s, let me know. Well, this was an eventful stream. I got to go on a rant, which is pretty sort of par for the course around here. You do send me a reminder if you don't mind, because I'm gonna go get fucked up. BeepTube says, I try to base my opinion in science or the consensus of experts in areas where I don't have enough information to figure it out for myself. Yeah, I'm right there with you, BeepTube, 100 fucking percent. The cold hard fact is that scientists don't have a reason to lie, unless they're very specifically funded by like a company, and that shit's easy to figure out. But 99% of the time, scientists are driven to actually prove each other wrong, right? Like, to get a paper published as a scientist, like, you either prove something right or you prove something wrong. So the whole profession is trying to advance knowledge. And, like, that's why science works. Like, that's why, you know, like, you got an iPhone in your pocket, right? Thank you, scientists. A million things inside of there because of science, right? Like, if you want to be anti-science, you've got to become Amish. Otherwise, you're a hypocrite. Sorry, but that's just right. Like, if science is bad, then you can't have things in your life that science created for you. Sorry. Put your money where your mouth is. Swami on PC says, preach. Thanks, brother. Bob Noxious says, you can never be successful if you never try at all. I go balls in every time. I took 94 schools from another company last week over the phone with a fever. Hell yeah. Nice, Bob. B-Man says, I think you bring the perfect balance to your streams, man. We all feel like we're there with you and like it's a family. That's really cool, B-Man. I didn't like plan that, but I don't know. I just try to be as real as I possibly can, as often as I possibly can, and it kind of makes sense that that's what would happen, right? Jackalope FTV says, any reason you prefer Acon over T-Motor? I haven't tried T-motor stuff yet. The Acon stuff won't break. And I have it. So, yeah. But I've heard really good things about the T-motor stuff. It's just they started making electronic components after I had already bought a shitload of Acon stuff, and the Acon stuff just won't die. So, CMYK says, how do you mount the crossfire on the Ripsqueak? I do it vertical in the back. Like that. And I just do one big zip tie around the whole damn thing. VTX. This one actually has an RXSR in it, but it's the same size as the Crossfire Nano. Maybe I'll move this over. Man, I did want to move this over to a Crossfire Nano too. Fuck, man, this is gonna take forever. I'm gonna have to rebuild this whole thing. Whatever. Figure it out. B-Man said, all right, cool. I'm caught up. CMYK, remind me, and yeah. Cool. All right, boys and girls, thanks for hanging out. Wednesday, I'll see you Wednesday night. What time? 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock Wednesday. I'll see you. What else? Here comes some flying, some epidemic sounds, and I'll put on some more from that big ass field. That was a really fun day of flying. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for participating. I love you all. Go do something nice for somebody else, and enjoy yourself. Do something nice for yourself as well. Meditate. Do yoga. Do something good. Watch some Healthy Gamer. Healthy Gamer GG here on YouTube. Change your fucking life for the better. Healthy Gamer GG. Dr. K will open your eyes. Get on it. Here's some flying. Bye-bye. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Here we go. Enjoy.